The Ants and the Grasshopper. Once upon a time, in a lush green meadow, there lived a colony of hardworking ants and a carefree grasshopper. The ants were always busy, especially during the summer. They would wake up early every morning and march out of their anthill in a long, orderly line. Their leader, a wise old ant named Annie, would guide them to the best spots to find food.
Alright, everyone, today, we'll gather leaves from the big oak tree. Remember, we need to store as much food as possible for the winter.
The ants would nod eagerly and get to work. They would climb the tall tree, carrying back large green leaves that they would store in their underground pantry. Some ants would collect seeds and grains from the nearby fields, while others would gather sweet fruits from the berry bushes. Every day, the ants would work from sunrise to sunset, their tiny legs tirelessly carrying the precious food back to their home. They would carefully store each item in their special underground rooms, making sure nothing would go to waste. While the ants were busy working, the grasshopper, named Freddy, would be hopping around the meadow, strumming his little guitar, and singing his favorite songs. Freddy was a happy-go-lucky fellow who loved the sunshine and the warm summer days.
Why don't you take a break and come sing and dance with me? The sun is shining, and the flowers are blooming. It's a perfect day to have some fun.
Annie would pause and look at Freddy, shaking her head with a smile.
Thank you, Freddy, but we can't stop now. Winter is coming, and we need to be ready. There's a time for work and a time for play, and right now, we need to focus on our work.
Freddy would shrug and laugh, hopping away to find someone else to sing with. He would spend his days enjoying the sunshine, completely carefree and without a worry in the world. The ants, however, knew the importance of their work. They had seen many winters and knew how cold and harsh they could be. So, they continued to gather food, day after day, until their pantry was full to the brim. One day, as the first snowflakes began to fall, the ants retreated to their cozy anthill, happy and content with their hard work. They had enough food to last them through the long winter months. Meanwhile, Freddy found himself shivering in the cold, his guitar silent and his songs forgotten. He hadn't stored any food and now had nothing to eat. He hopped over to the anthill, knocking on the tiny door.
Hello, ants. I didn't realize winter would come so soon. I didn't store any food, and now I'm hungry and cold. Can you help me?
Annie opened the door, her heart filled with kindness.
We could leave you outside to die, Grasshopper. Do you know why we didn't stop and play with you now?
Freddy nodded, grateful for the warmth and the food. He promised to remember the lesson and to be more prepared the next time. And so, the ants and the grasshopper spent the winter together, sharing stories and songs, and learning from each other. When spring finally arrived, Freddy was ready to help the ants with their work, knowing that there's a time for everything, and balance is the key to a happy life.